Good morning. This is fourth grade language, and I know this is the first video that I'm filming today. So you've already watched 2 videos this morning, so that is great. And I'm going to briefly go over your next book report book that you need to pick. And I gave those guidelines to your parents, so they should have those. And it was supposed to be in Wednesday's video, but I forgot about it. So I'm going to let you know about that. You need to pick a book report. The due date for to have the book read by is April 27th. Okay, April 27th. And then we'll write the book report. So you need to pick a book. It has to be either Christian fiction, or a biography. Now, if you haven't read one of those categories yet, please pick the category that you haven't read, because by the end of the year, we want you to have read from each category at least one time, okay? As I have said before, for you guys, it has to be a chapter book and at least 100 pages, okay? If your parents have questions on that, they send me a picture or something, I can approve a book. But I want to make sure that you're reading a good book for your age group and just a good book in general. So pick your book. If you guys do not have access to books at this time, I completely understand that. I can get some sample books together, and I can talk with your parents and we can figure that out, because we can get you one of the books from the library here. If you've got books at home, great. And your parents can help you with picking that. Pick something you're interested in, because you're going to want to read it. And if you're not interested in it, you guys have seen, if you're not interested in reading a book, it takes you forever to read it. And so then you're just dragging it out. And now you do have a good 3 weeks to read this book, but I want you to make sure that you're picking that sooner rather than later, and just letting me know through your parents what book you're reading, so that I know what you're reading, okay? And we'll talk about what we're actually going to be, how we're going to be writing that, what type it is going to be. I'll talk in a later lesson. So, all right, so that's a recap for book reports. And so yesterday, you should have been working on the dictionary. And I hope you have a copy of a dictionary or access to an online dictionary for this time. Pardon me. Again, if you don't have something that you can use, or your family would just rather have a print dictionary, we have extra ones here that I could send home. Just let me know. There were quite a bit of pages for yesterday, so there aren't as many today. Pages 222 and 223, but we're only going through Think A. So really there's 3 exercises. Think A and Think B on 222 and Think A on 223. So here's the thing. If you weren't able to finish all the pages for yesterday, it was just too much. I completely understand that. That was a lot. It was a double lesson day. This is a single lesson day, so this is the only amount that you have today. So if you didn't finish it, go back and finish it, and then work on the ones for today, and just get caught up. It's perfectly fine. If you had been in school and you hadn't finished it, we would have done the same thing, okay? So we just want you to make sure that you get all caught up and be ready with us whenever we are able to come back to school, if we are for this year. But right now, we're just going to focus on doing things one day at a time. So if you didn't get finished, that's perfectly fine. Don't feel bad. Just get caught up, okay? So I'm just going to talk about a couple different things. But first of all, we're going to review with this sentence up here labeled A. This sentence has no capitalization and no punctuation, and so we're going to fill all of that in just as a review, okay? The sentence reads, Mom asked, are you going to be at John's house or Bill's? Okay, so first of all, what's the first thing that you notice about this sentence? Hopefully you can kind of read it. Maybe if I tilt this forward a little bit, it might be a little bit better. Okay, so one of the first things I notice, let's see if maybe, of course, technical difficulties. That's what happened. We're just gonna unplug that. Okay. Okay. All right. Maybe you can read that a little bit better as it's a little bit closer. Oh, okay. Pardon me. I'm not sick. I've been drinking a smoothie this morning and my throat's a little congested. Okay. So one of the first things I noticed about it is that the very first word in this sentence is not capitalized. Okay. So we want to capitalize mom. Okay. So mom asked. Now, this word gives me a clue that it's somebody talking. It's mom talking, right? And so when we write the words of someone that is talking, what do we need to use? Quotation marks. Okay, so there, but then there's also a comma, okay? So mom asked, capitalize mom, comma after asked, quotation marks to start. Now, the beginning of a quotation, what needs to happen to this word, are? Capitalize it, okay? Good job. R needs to be capitalized. Are you going to be at John's house or Bill's? Okay, is the whole, where's the end of our quotation? Anybody want to hazard a guess? Mom asked, are you going to be at John's house or Bill's? After Bill's, right, okay? Hope you're answering with me and trying to say it, even though I can't actually hear your answer. It would be good to know that you guys are participating, okay? All right, we have a couple more capitalizations and a couple more punctuations in this. Are you going to be at John's house or Bill's? Okay, so we've got a couple names, right? John needs to be capitalized. What about Bill? Bill needs to be capitalized, okay? Would we capitalize house? No, we wouldn't need to capitalize house, okay. Now, John's and Bill's are possessive, right? So what do we need between, before the S? Remember what that's called? It's an apostrophe. Okay, we're gonna have an apostrophe right there and right there, okay? The last thing that we need is we need our ending sentence mark, our end mark, okay? What type of sentence is this? Mom asked, are you going to be at John's house or Bill's? It's a question, right? So we're gonna need a question mark, okay? All right, there's my question mark. All right, so we have capitalized everything. We have put punctuation marks in. We have checked over the sentence. We made sure what we needed with this, and we found it all, right? Okay. So we are going to move on to our guide words. I'll move you back there. You can't see everything on the board quite as well, but hopefully the only thing left to read is guide words, okay? And so we're going to look at that on the top of page 222. I'm going to read the blue box, okay? Dictionary guide words are 2 words which are located at the top of each page in a dictionary. The guide words on your dictionary page are observatory and occupy. The guide word on the left is the same as the first entry on the page. Find observatory, okay? So This is the page on 216, okay? So if you look at 216, observatory is the first guide word, right? And it's the first entry, that very first word. So find observatory, put your finger on it. Very good, all right. The guide word on the right is the same as the last entry on the page. Find occupy, okay? Find occupy, put your finger on it. Very good, okay? By looking at the guide words, you can tell whether or not a word, the word you are looking for, is on that particular page, okay? So, in this first section, think A. Pretend that the guide words midship and milk appear at the top of your page in your dictionary, okay? So I'm going to write these guide words. Midship and milk. Okay? Midship and milk. Now, place a check mark before each word, each of the following words, which would appear on that page. So we're going to do some of these, and we're going to try I'm going to help you put those, figure out where it would, if it would go on this page or not, okay? So the first word is mileage, okay? So first of all, if we look here, we have M-I-D, okay? But we have M-I-L to begin with. So let's look at the second one and see, okay, M-I-L. All right, so it could be on here. It might not be, but we've got to look, okay? So M-I-L-E-A-G-E. Okay, so we're going to look at the letter E, and then we're going to look at the letter K over here. Does E come before K? Okay, let's see. A, B, C, D, E, H, I, J, K. Yes, it comes before K, so mileage is on this page, okay? So put a check mark next to mileage, all right? Let's do midnight, okay? Midnight. Now, this one has the D, right? So we've got to look. Okay, so the first three letters are the same. We're going to look at the N and the S. Does N come before S or after S? Okay, so this is where knowing your alphabet really helps, okay? So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Okay, did I come to N before I came to S? And O, P, Q, R, S. So yes, this one comes before. It is not on the page. You don't have to do anything if it's not on the page, so midnight should not have a check or anything in that blank, okay? All right. Okay. Let's look at midstream. Okay, we'll do the next one. Midstream. Okay. Now, M, the I, the D are the same. The S is the same. We're going to look at the H and the T, okay? Does H come before T or after T? I mean, does T come before H or after H? Because if it comes after, then it is on the page. If it comes before, it is not on the page, okay? But with this, the first guide word, if the letters come before it, then it's not on the page. But with the last one, if the letters come before it, it is on the page. If they come after it, it's not on the page, okay? That's the difference between the two, because it's got to be between this word and this word. Okay, so midstream, T and H. Does T come before H or after H? It comes after. So midstream is going to be on this page, okay? So you can put a check mark next to midstream, okay? All right. What about this one would go with milk because it's M-I-L, milestone. Okay? M-I-L-K-E, because that's our first ones that are different, K and E. Does E come before K or after K? Remember, if it comes before, it is on the page. If it comes after, it's not on the page. Does E come before K or after? If you remember from mileage, E comes before. So milestone is on the page, okay? You can put a check mark. All right, let's do mighty, and then I'll let you do the rest of this exercise by yourself. We'll do mighty though. This one doesn't have a D or an L, so I'm gonna kind of put it in the middle, and we're going to look at it, okay? So the MI is the same, right? MI is on both of them. So we're gonna look at G. Yeah. Do G instead, okay? So we're looking at G, and then we'll look at D and L. We want to know if G comes between D and L. So does G come after D? That's our first question. Does G come after D? So you can do your alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, there was a D and then a G, right? So G does come after D. Let's see if it comes before L. If it comes before L, then it's on the page, okay? So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. There we go. It's between the two, so mighty is also on this page, okay? So I'm going to let you fill out the rest of that on your own. If you have questions on that, don't hesitate to ask. On Think B, it says to read the following sample of a dictionary guide words and their page numbers. Using the guide words, write the number of the page on which the words below would be found, okay? We'll do the first two together, okay? Absolute, okay? So the guide words, we've got absent to abstract is page 10, atom to addle is page 18, Baltic to bandstand is page 43, cadmic to calcify is page 79, collar to cameo is page 81, diddle to digestion is page 130, joint to jubilee is page 160, persistent to pester is page 210, Texas to them is page 250, and vein to vein is page 311. Okay, so in this absolute, we see the word absolute starts with A. So let's look for the guide words that start with A. There's absent to abstract and atom to addle, okay? So now we look at the second letter, okay? B. Is the second letter B in either of those sets? Yes, absent to abstract, okay? So ABS is actually the first three letters, and they're the same in both of those words. So we're looking at the letter O and the letters E and T, okay? So here, I'm going to erase that. And we've got absent and abstract, okay? So our word is absolute, okay? So ABS are the same in all of it, right? You can do that, you can cross them out. So we're gonna look at E, T, and this O. We wanna know if the O comes between the E and the T, okay? A, B, C, D, E F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. We haven't come to T yet. P, Q, R, S, T. Does O come between E and T? Yes, and so absolute would be on the page that has absent and abstract. So it would be page 10. So what you're gonna just write is 10 in the blank. You don't have to write page, just write the number, okay? Number 2, as I said, we do 2 of them. We're gonna do the word vegetation, okay? Okay, vegetation. All right. So it starts with a V, right? Find all the guide words that start with V. So go through and just say, okay, V, A, B, B, or B, C, C, D, J, P, T, V, okay? There's only one that starts with V. Let's just double check to see that it falls in this, okay? Vein and vein, okay? So the V's are the same, right, in both of these? But the A is not the same here. So it is an E, okay? So we're gonna look at this word and we're gonna look at I and G. Does G come before I or after I? If it comes before, it's on this page. If it comes after, then it's not on the page, okay? So you, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, does it come before? Yes, okay, so vegetation is on this page. So you're gonna write 311 on that blank, okay? I'm gonna let you do the rest of those on your own. And then think A, let me just explain what this is. Would you like to be called the following words? Look up their meanings in the dictionary and write yes or no in the blank, okay? So you are just gonna look these up in the dictionary and you're gonna see what they mean. And if you would like to be called that, you write yes. If you would not like to be called that, you write no, okay? It's pretty simple, and just have fun with that, because there are some things that you would want to be called and some things you definitely don't want to be called. So you're going to finish all of that. Make sure that if you had any exercises from the previous pages that you were stuck on or weren't able to finish, you can finish those up and ask for help if you need it. Don't forget to find a book report book if you haven't already, and let me know about that. And this is Friday. This is the last day of lessons for this week, and then you get spring break next week. So enjoy this this last day, and then enjoy your spring break. So we'll see you next time.